What's up, everybody? Thomas Brandon here. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. And today we got another Fast Friday video. Now, today's topic is something that I've actually had quite a bit of feedback on from people. Anytime I do a video or talk about telemetry, and specifically in my case, Motec, there's a ton of people who come out of the woodwork and tell me all kinds of stuff about telemetry and Motec and how it's incorrect and you shouldn't do that and you need to do this and all these different things like that. And for the most part, I just usually will say, hey, thank you for your feedback. Have a good one. That's pretty much it. But today we're going to dive into it because there's a couple of things that you need to know. So today we're going to be looking at 3 different softwares. Okay, we're going to be taking a look at Motec, Atlas, and RST, or Racing Sim Tools. I'm going to show you their software, all right, the differences, and most importantly, the similarities, which is something that a lot of people don't understand. And we're going to do it all, hopefully, in under 5 minutes. All right, so first things first, let's get 5 minutes on the clock and let's begin. So first things first is this. Well, I should say actually second thing, because I did first thing. That was the timer. So the next thing is the software. So you need to understand when it comes to the data that you are getting in telemetry, that data is provided by iRacing. Okay, this is what you need to understand. It's not like each software just goes out and randomly starts pulling data from random point. iRacing is telling the telemetry, hey, these are the data points. This is where you're going to pull that data from. Okay, that's why you can use any of them. Okay, if they can pull the data, then they can pull the data. It's the same. And to illustrate this, I've got up the 3 right now. This is the same exact telemetry. Okay, we've got Motec right here. If you look at the ride heights, just look at these two, because I only changed these two because Racing Sim Tools and Atlas are in metric, and because I live here in America and we're like way behind the curve, we're still on the standard or imperial or whatever the hell it's called. So I usually use inches, but I've changed the ride heights here to metric, or meters. Okay, now if you look over here, you will see that the minimum, or the lowest right here, is negative 0.001 and negative 0.002. The high is 0.037 and 0.038. That's for the left front and right front, or in this case, front left and front right. If we look at Atlas, same exact thing. Over here, we have the minimum, okay, for the ride heights. Left front, 0.001. Right front, 0.002. Same exact thing. If we look at the maximums, 0.037, right front, 0.038. That's exactly what we have here in Motec. Why is that? Well, because like I said, the data is coming from the same spot. These softwares don't just arbitrarily pick it from anywhere they want, okay? iRacing provides those data points. If you've ever seen during a new build or update or anything like that, you'll see where iRacing will say, hey, such and such telemetry is now provided as, you can find it as, CFS ride height or something like that. Like, iRacing is determining where those points are coming from, all right? So you don't have to use a telemetry software that has the word sim in it for it to work in sim racing. All this does is analyze the data. Okay, that's all it does. The data is being provided by iRacing, all right? So it's not the software that's going to be magical in looking at the data. Now, here's the thing that you need to really understand. When it comes to using these, it's whatever works best for you. That's really all that it is. The reason why I use Motec is because I am the most comfortable with Motec. The way that I can create the maths and the formulas and stuff like that, it's very similar to Excel spreadsheets and using those types of maths and functions, which I've used for more than a decade, and so it's very familiar and similar to me. So that's why it's very easy for me to create a lot of the stuff that I do. Racing Sim Tools, I've tried it. You have to pay for it, which is fine, okay? But I'm not a fan of it. All right, to me, it seems like there's a lot of stuff here that could probably be good. They do a lot of calculations for you. But one of the things that you have to do in Racing Sim Tools is you have to actually do the car. So I have to come in here, click on the car, and I have to put all of this stuff in. I got to put in the wheelbase, the track width, the size of the car, the tire diameter. I got to put in the ARB rate, the spring IR, and all this stuff like this. Well, guess what? I have to do this for every single car, okay? In Motec, I can do the same thing. And here's the deal. If you have to figure out the motion ratio, or in this case, I should say the installation ratio for the springs on a, let's say, a next-gen cup car, if you have to do that for racing sim tools, well, then guess what? I might as well do that for Motec when I'm more comfortable on Motec. Now, there is a way to actually get the installation ratio of any car, okay, and use it. I know people all this time, they'll tell me, like, hey, you can't calculate the dynamic loads because you don't have the installation ratio. Well, actually, I do, or at least it's pretty close, because you can do that. Okay, installation ratio is nothing more, it's just like motion ratio. People use them interchangeably. It's just deflection versus wheel deflection versus spring deflection. All right, all you got to do is figure out what that ratio is. All right, there's ways of doing that. So you have to do that for racing sim tools to be able to get accurate data. Okay, but the gearing, okay, you have to put all of this data in for RST to work correctly. All right, so for me, from my vantage point is if I have to do all that anyways, I might as well use Motec, because in Motec, I can customize all that stuff to how I want it. So that's why I use Motec. You might not want to customize stuff. You might want to put in that data, save that car, and be like, good, I'm good. I don't have to do it no more. It's really up to you. Now, here's the thing. For that convenience, you have to pay. Okay, RST charges you I believe it's a monthly fee. It's only like $7-10 or something like that. But if you're like, hey dude, I don't want to spend all this time customizing stuff, I just want to put it in and be done with it, then this would be good for you. All right, like I said, it's going to provide you the same stuff as Motec or Atlas. All right, it's just a different platform. That's all that it is. Speaking of Atlas, Atlas is what iRacing, I believe, recommends. I think they recommend Atlas. Atlas is very similar to Motec. Okay, it's extremely similar to Motec. Atlas is, from my understanding, if I'm remembering correctly, this is like what McLaren uses. I believe McLaren, actually the real life McLaren teams, I think they use Atlas. But it's very similar to Motec, right? If you look at the suspension, we've got shock deflections here, shock velocities. Okay, Motec. Go to suspension, right? Shock velocity, there we go. Shock position, which is nothing more than deflection. Same exact thing, right? So the thing that to remember is that the data is being provided by iRacing. It's not these softwares, okay? These softwares are not better at pulling data over one another. The data comes from iRacing, all right? iRacing provides those data points. Are they all going to be identical? Are they all going to be perfect? No, it's a sim. I say this all the time. But I know that if I make a spring change, right, and I'm trying to get the front splitter sealed off, okay, on the Xfinity car, and now that ride height was at, 0.2 of an inch above the ground, and now it's at 0, and the car's not bottoming out, then I know I'm close. That's what I look for. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. And any telemetry software that can pull those data points can do that for you. So whether you want to use Motec or Atlas or RST or something else out there, because there's a lot more of them, you guys. These are just the 3 that I've personally used myself. Go ahead. Because at the end of the day, they're getting the same data from the same place. It's just a matter of how you want to use it. All right, you guys, so that's going to do it all for this week's Fast Friday video. Now, really quick, all of you out there, every time I do something like this on telemetry or something like that, I will usually get a lot of people who are asking me about my workbooks. If you are interested in those, they are available right now. The NASCAR workbooks are available. The dirt workbooks that everybody always asks me about are going to be up on the website and available this weekend. I'll be putting them up. That'll be the sprint car, dirt late model, and the big block, I think, is the other one that I will be putting up. Those 3 workbooks I'm also going to make available. They will be available for a few weeks, and when they come down, then they're down. Now, along with the Motec workbooks that are on the website, if you want to go over to the website and sign up for our free membership, join the Discord server, get access to all of the free stuff that we have, a ton of stuff on the website, just head over to schoolofsimracing.net, click the button that says join community, and get signed up. And yeah, you'll get access to, like I said, our free membership and all that stuff like that. And hopefully we'll get a whole lot more of the free content on there now, especially since the league and stuff like that I've been doing, it's going to be coming to an end here very, very soon. So I'm hoping to have a lot more time being able to put forth towards that, free membership site, get some newer fresh content up there for you guys. So if you want to check any of that stuff out, make sure to head over to the website. I'll have a link for you down in the description below on that. And then finally, if you want to join me when I live stream, I do live stream a couple nights a week. Right now it's kind of changing with my son's baseball schedule, but I'll be live streaming tonight, for example. I'll be running, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be running tonight, but I'll be running something. I'll be live streaming it. So you want to make sure to subscribe and then hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And also not just for tonight, but also for the future. And then also when we do the YouTube videos and stuff like that, because I do have a couple of things planned really special for you guys here in the near future, and so you don't want to miss out on that. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff that every other YouTuber on earth asks you to do. So please do that for me if you will. If not, oh well, that's fine too. But thank you very much as always for joining me, guys. That's gonna do it, and I want to wish you good luck, good racing, take care.